I'm sure we all at one point in our life watched an anime movie or series that have a huge impact in our life, whether mentally or emotionally. And talking about the anime movies, it is quite different from the anime series we usually watch. Anime movies are something that can give you millions of feelings in just 1 hour or so. Because movies express so much emotion in 1 hour that most of the anime series nowadays couldn't do in their 12 episode runtime. I remember at one point in my life I was fed up with anime series and I only used to watch anime movies as much as I can. After watching so many anime movies, I came to realize that there are some good anime movies that no one's really talk about. I'm sure we all have watched anime movies like Your Name, A Silent Voice, Weathering with You, or I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. But there are some movies out there which are good as they, but no one's really know about them. So I decided to make a video about top 5 most underrated anime movies. I know there are a lot of underrated anime movies out there and I will definitely make the video about them in future, but for the time being this is my pick for the top 5 most underrated anime movies. So without any wasting time, let's get into the video. So in number 5 we have a movie named The Place Promised in Our Early Days. Beautiful title, right? So this movie is directed and produced by the one and only Makoto Shinkai Sensei, and it is one of the most complicated works of him out there. So this movie is a dramatic romance with a touch of sci-fi and military in it. So the movie takes place in alternative Japan, where the north is controlled by the Union, which refers as Soviet Union of course, and the south is controlled by the United States. So the story follows two young prodigies named as Takuya and Hiroki, and both of them are in love with a girl named Sayuri. Yeah, so three childhood best friends, and their biggest dream is to unravel the secret of the tallest tower in the world. So yeah, three high school students promise to cross the border with a self-built airplane and unravel the secret of the tower. And to be completely honest with you, when I saw this movie for the first time, I don't really like it. I thought it was boring. But after some time, I rewatched the movie and I was dead drunk at the first time. This movie is a very good movie. It has a very good story, good plot, and very good potential. And yeah, it has so much melodrama and love triangle. So I think you should definitely check this movie out. In number 4 we have a movie named A Children Who Chase Lost Voices, and again it is directed by the one and only legendary Makoto Shinkai. And usually Shinkai don't do this kind of movie, but he had done pretty good job on this movie too. And if you're still wondering who is Makoto Shinkai, then he's the man behind the movies like Your Name, Weathering with You, 5 cm per second, Garden of Words, etc. So our story follows a young girl named Asuna. No, not this Asuna, but this Asuna. A young girl who spends her solitary days listening to a mysterious music from the crystal radio which she received from her late father. One day, while she walking through an old bridge, she was attacked by a mysterious bear-looking creature and saved by a guy named Shun. However, the student jumps off the cliff and disappears, and Asuna decides to find him again. So she went to a journey of adventure to the land of Agartha. Yes, sound like isekai, but it is not isekai, it's a fantasy show. So she went to a journey with her teacher Mr. Morishima to find Shun again. Though it is a fantasy anime, but it doesn't give you the fantasy feel. You know, sometimes you watch something that stuck in your head forever and you can stop thinking about it. Well, Anthem at the Heart is one of those kind of movie. It's about a girl named Jun Naruse who happened to be a very happy girl, cheerful and chatterbox. But that doesn't last that long. At a very young age, a tragic thing happened to her. One day, her voice or ability to speak was magically taken away by an egg to stop her from hurting those around her with her words, or at least she believes. Since that traumatic experience, June's life was completely changed. Her family torn apart. It felt like light has been taken away from her life. As a normal girl, she goes to a high school, but she's always alone. She is gloomy. She has no friends. She has no one to talk to. But one day, she is nominated to become an executive member of Community Outreach Council, and they decide to do a musical in their school cultural festival, and June is also appointed to become the lead heroine in their musical. In there, she meets a guy named Takugumi Sakagami who seems to understand her. I won't spoil the rest anime to you, just want to say go and watch this movie. It is absolutely beautiful movie. You may not like the ending, but let's be honest, it showed the harsh reality of life. So in number 2 we have an absolute classic, absolutely beautiful Studio Ghibli film, Whisper of the Heart, and it came out in 1995. Yes, it is old but still it's amazingly beautiful, and I would say Whisper of the Heart is the most underrated Studio Ghibli movies out there. And Studio Ghibli means you know who, the legendary Hayao Miyazaki. Though this movie is not directed by him, but the story is originally written by Miyazaki. So Whisper of the Heart is coming of age romantic drama film which follows the story of a young girl named Tsukishima Shizuku, a junior high school girl who is struggling to find out who she is. She loves to write and read, and often she writes her own story. One day while Shizuku checking out books in library, she noticed that all the books she is checking was already read by the same guy named Seiji, and she was curious to know about that guy. After meeting Seiji, she finds out that he's a good violin player and also a violin maker, and Seiji aspires to become a good violin maker in Italy, and somehow Seiji inspires Shizuku to continue her writing journey. If you still haven't seen this movie, just do me a favor, check this movie out. It is absolutely beautiful and you will not regret it. This movie features a song named Country Roads, original by John Denver, but it is in Japanese version in this movie, and I absolutely fell in love with it. So finally, in number 1 we have a classic psychological thriller anime movie named Paprika, and yeah, it is done by the studio Madhouse, so you don't have to worry about the animation quality cause it is top notch. So Paprika is a psychological thriller and it's about the dream inside the dreams. Sounds familiar, right? If you've seen Inception, then you may relate to it because it is just like Inception. But the fun fact is, Paprika came before Inception. Paprika came in 2006 and Inception came in 2010. So it's a psychological thriller mystery anime, so you have to watch it very carefully. Watch it with your full attention, otherwise you won't understand a thing. So yeah, watch it very carefully. So to give you the plot synopsis of the anime, so we have Tokita invented a machine called DC Mini, and it is able to act as a dream detective to enter into people's dream and explore their unconscious thought. Isn't it interesting? Yeah, it sounds really cool. So you just have to do one thing, go and watch this anime. You will not regret it. It's an absolute banger movie. The visual of the anime is absolutely stunning with the mind-blowing animation, and sometimes it will creep you out. So yeah, just go and watch this movie, it will blow your mind. So that's my top 5 pick for our most underrated anime movies, and I hope you really liked my picks. So tell me in the comment section what should I make for new videos. So I think this is the end of the video, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you enjoyed this video, as always, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, smack the like button, and turn on the bell for future update. And don't forget to share this video with your otaku friends, all weird friends, and please follow me on Instagram. The link is in the description. I'll be really happy if you follow me there. So I'll see you in the next video. Until then, sayonara.